Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the 207th episode of Twisted Strands. I am Jeannie, or you can call me JD, and I'm your host, and the cat just left so we can have a cameo from her. I forgave her for giving me this huge puncture wound, but I'm still a little weary of carrying her around. She got her little nail hooked into my cheek and it hurt. But it seems alright, no signs of infection or anything, and I forgive her. I mean, I shouldn't have been trying to get her to enjoy the spring weather. That is my fault. Sometimes even the brightest of us do dumb things, and yesterday that was my dumb thing. Anyway, yes, I know I'm a few days late with the episode this week. Sorry, I was so busy on Monday and Tuesday. I had a knitting group, so today I'm taking it easy, not going to my Mount Olive knitting group, and skipping a fattening meal at Panera's. So that's all good too. And I do have a finished object. A few, actually. And the purchase that I was talking about the last time. Sorry for the pause. And some progress on my prayer shawl that I'm knitting for the yarners in the Morristown Methodist Church. United Methodist Church. Yes. Of which I am a member, but not a frequent visitor. I'm sure y'all understand. Anyway, let's start with the finished objects. Now, I told you that I was going to start the April section of Elizabeth Zimmerman's Knitter's Almanac, and I finished it. So, it's not blocked, but there it is. That's what it looks like. I don't know why it spiraled. I followed what little directions there were, and that's what I came up with. Still comes out square, but it came out a little bigger than I thought it would be, so that only means that if I end up wanting free yarn as I move into the last bit of this project that I've taken on, I'll just rip out a little bit. This marks my first attempt. I wanted to show you my first attempt at Jenny's surprisingly stretchy cast off or bind off. So that turned out pretty well. I thought it would be appropriate for making sure I'm being heard. Appropriate for a blanket square that would be blocked and stretched. So that's how I did that. Now, a bit about why it looks messed up compared to other squares. Not that there's a lot of projects for this pattern, but it seems that her writing of patterns as she rambles and gets to the point is apparently difficult for her for some things. Yes, I said it. It's just so rambly and so everywhere, and it didn't mesh well with my brain, so I probably screwed it all up. But you know what? Crap happens. Anyway, my other finished object is the washcloths that I was working on with the loom. Now, I have another one. Meh. Sorry. Yes, here it is. I made a set of 4 on my 15-inch Cricut, and these are the loop pile. So now I can show you what the loop is like. See? It's really super easy to do, but it is time consuming. And I got the pattern for this from Inventive Weaving on a Little Loom, and it's Discover the Full Potential of the Rigid Heddle Loom for Beginners and Beyond by Sin Mitchell. I'm sure I killed her for his or her first name. It's Syne, and of course Mitchell. So anyway, I really did like working on it. It was a challenge. It took a bit of patience. Now I can't see where. There we are. But I enjoyed it, and after I finished them, I realized, hey, they're just about the same length, actually. Yeah. Give or take a few millimeters. Excuse me. I had some almonds after dinner. But anyway, I'm really happy that it's so soft and pleasant. And let me tell you a little bit about how I finished these. Now, what I did was I washed them first, and unfortunately that takes away some of the damn color, which pisses me off because I love the pink in this yarn. It's the Black Cherry by Peaches and Cream. But anyway, so I washed them as they were still connected to one another. Then I cut the washcloths apart because they were still connected by the warp, and then I pressed them. I pressed them so that they lay flat and nice. And then, well, I didn't really, I steamed them. I blocked them lightly. I didn't want to destroy the pile that this little nappiness that I worked so hard to obtain. So anyway, then I really pressed down as hard as I could on the tabby or plain weave area. Then I took the pressed cloth and I folded over, no wait, then I didn't serge it. I don't own a serger, sadly. What did I do? Oh, I just did this simple, no adjustments. I simply did a zigzag stitch. That's what it is. Derp. So I did a zigzag stitch to make sure that the cloth would not fray or fall apart on me. Then what I did was I flipped that over once, only once, clearly, and then I changed it to a blur. I pressed it again, and then I changed the machine to a straight stitch, and I folded it over. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see how I folded it, but I only folded it over, pressed it, and then I did there you go. See how terrible my nails are. Ooh. Oh, don't worry, that's just a bit of eyeliner. See, that's how I did it. Zigzag, another pressing, and then straight stitch. And that's how I finished all of them. I thought it would be way too bulky if I did another fold and it wouldn't look the way that I wanted it to look. So I just took took a risk, and I'm really happy with how it came out. I mean, it's not fabulous, but I really like them, and I don't know if I'm gonna really keep them or use them. Probably gonna keep them because I find woven washcloths to be very good at cleaning, and they're really nice to use in the shower. So I'm really happy with that finished object, so yay. And now that I finished that square, I'm going to start a new one soon. It's going to be really lacy, and I'm going to try to make the most of the yarn that I've got left from that skein of... There's cat fur in my knitting. I wonder how that happened. Cleo's nowhere to be seen. She went down to bother my dad, I guess. So anyway, this is the prayer shawl, and I finished one skein already, so I've got this much done. And you can see, this is going to be a nice big old shawl. I have plenty of yarn, so I plan on going until I'm happy with the length. The pattern is extremely pleasant to work with. It's easy. I've memorized it like 5 or 6 repeats in. I had already memorized that the pattern. So it's the waffle stitch prayer shawl. Sadly so dark that you can hardly see the pattern, but there is a pattern to keep the brain somewhat interested, and I've got a bunch of itches. I'm really happy with how this is coming along. It's the perfect pattern to work on in a group. I love it. I think it might even become a staple. I don't know. But anyway, let me get the name of that pattern for you. It's Lois or Louis Chiquette. CHICQUETTE. And waffle stitch prayer shawl. And I'm working on size 13 needles, circulars in 24-inch. And the yarn is good old Lion Brand Thick and Quick woolies. So it's going to be pretty heavy. I better finish it before summer hits, right? I think I will. It's going along very nicely. So I'll keep working on that this week and going to start a new square and finish that soon, I hope. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, I haven't touched the spinning wheel, and I haven't started a new loom project, new weaving project, but let me show you my little happy purchase. I went to the local farmers market. That's the winter's market. It takes place in a little school about a mile from my house, and there was a young lady from Hidden Pastures LLC, and I encouraged my dad to buy a pair of socks because he likes good socks. And I kind of added this to the purchase because I felt deeply in love with this. It was very springy. And I know Easter is now a couple weeks over, but I don't care. Let's take this out. Now, what it says it's got: hand-dyed alpaca, hand-dyed mohair roving, hand-dyed Cotswold locks, hand-dyed silk noil, moss colored alpaca merino top, bright bamboo, and Star Bright Fire Star. So anyway, I got this bag of loveliness. This is the Fire Star. It's all shiny and bright and synthetic. And this is the bamboo top. That's a pretty pink. The moss color. I guess this is a mix. And then got this stuff. I'm not sure what it is. There's some vegetable matter in this. Like, you know, shit happens. Oops, I can no longer call this the curse-free episode now, can I? Here's the locks. Those are really pretty. And here's the silk noil. Noil. These are just bits, like, you can almost call it waste. But my full intention of using this and why I desired it so was purely so I could play with it on my blending board that I got at Rhinebeck 2 years ago, I think. So anyway, yes, I bought that blending board a while ago and I keep wanting to play with it, and there's the fibers that I shall use. I'll probably add in some plain white regular stuff that's not synthetic, because this is pretty synthetic. It's Firestar, I think, and it's pretty, but I'm not sure if I want it as the base. We'll see what happens. So anyway, I'm going to play with that on the blending board and get myself some really springy and Easter inspired peonies or roll eggs for my next spinning project. We'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to get my behind my wheel. Dad is relaxing in the chair that has my beautiful little Magic Craft rose beside it, so I'd rather just enjoy talking to you than try and talk him out of the chair. Anyway, that's my crafting plans for the week. Lots of knitting, maybe some carding, and some spinning, hopefully. I see a lot of spinning in my future. I really want to get back to the wheel. I kind of wanted to do it tonight, so maybe I will, but I'm taking the night off because I'm so damn tired. I don't sleep well. Right now I've gotten a few new magazines. Sorry I didn't have plans on doing a review of one today. Next week maybe we'll do, what the hell did I get? Knit Scene, I think? Knit Scene. I'll do the Knit Scene magazine review next week. And yeah, that's it for the crafty goodness of the podcast. Let's get on to stuff and junk, of which there's not very much. There is a festival going on in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is only about an hour from my house. So I'm thinking of going to that on Saturday, just going there and seeing what it's like. One of my friend Elizabeth, who runs a Good Day for a Cupcake, she's thinking of vending there next year, so I wanted to check that out and let her know what I thought of it, take some pictures. As we all know, I am blessed with a big stash. I'm not sure if it needs any more food. So I shall be spare in my selections, if any, and of course you'll get to see those too. And then on April 30th, Bridget and I are going to be at the Connecticut Sheep and Wool, so that should be fun. And yeah, those are the two. I'm thinking of trying to get a bus to the Maryland Sheep and Wool. I'm not sure. I shall try. And if I decide to buy looms or something, I'll probably drive down there. I'm pretty capable of driving all the way down to the Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland area. I used to do it for anime conventions, if you can believe that. I used to do that a few times a year, as a matter of fact. Many memories of Baltimore's Inner Harbor and visiting Edgar Allan Poe's grave. That was interesting. So anyway, enough blather. What did I have been watching stuff. I'm trying to catch up on knitting podcasts. I have been listening to Twin Set Designs, those two lovely ladies, Jan and Ellen, and of course Knit One Geek 2, Maggie, and bother, I forgot her name. I'm sorry. I should just look this up right now while I've got the internet running, right? Let's see. Knit One, Geek to La. I think it's Karen. Maggie and Karen? Of course it doesn't want to load. Oh, internet, why are you such a dick? Anyway. Man. Yes, Karen. Okay, I am so sorry, Karen. Maggie and Karen. And of course my girls from the Knit One Heart 2. They are awesome, and I'm hoping to see them at the Connecticut show. And I think that's it. Of course, there's plenty of wonder. Oh, Kina from She's Crafty. So many podcasts, so little time. And, yeah. You can tell I'm a bit tired, right? Sorry about that. I've been reading a very odd novel. It's called Haunted, and it's by the same author that did Fight Club, and it's a horror novel, and it's very odd, but it was hard to put down. So I'm enjoying that. It's Chris Palahniuk. That's his name. That's what I've been reading. And what's my new favorite show? Slasher on Chiller TV has been really good. I gotta catch up on it though. And yes, I do love Supernatural. I have not watched it lately though. And tonight after the podcast, I'll probably play Sims or something like that because I miss it. Watching all those Let's Plays, like by Sock Bunny or Matt Shea. Yeah, I miss playing the game. So, some of them have been playing Sims 2, which, wow, that brings back memories. That was my first Sims. And I loved it. But anyway, well, getting away from the crafting is what this section is all about. But let me bring this to a close. I want to say, don't forget, there's a contest going on for the gorgeous fiber that is hiding under. There's some gorgeous sock yarn up for grabs. Go to the thread on the group, enter the contest. I'll be doing the drawing next week, and the theme of the contest is, what is the weirdest thing you've ever made with yarn? Pretty easy, huh? My favorite object so far is, I'm sorry, but it's Vegas Steelwear 78's penis chapstick cozy. I think that's hilarious, and the fact that it's purple is pretty funny too. But I do love the underwear. The pineapple lace thong was very classy, and of course, Palette PC's funny animal hat for an animal. That was pretty funny too. So I enjoyed the entry. So please, if you haven't given a thought to joining the group, please join. And if you have something weird that you made with yarn, please enter it into the contest for a chance to win a pattern and a gorgeous sock blank by Daisy Knits, who graciously donated the sock blank. I'll be donating the pattern. So it's a beautiful shawl designed to work beautifully with her sock blank. So I'll be buying that for you and sending that to your library. And that's it, I think. Yes. Phew. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to give a knitter her needles or a crocheter her hooks, click that subscribe button below, pretty please. I appreciate people who have already subscribed. Thank you so much for joining my little yarny family, and Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for joining my family of crazy yarn hoes. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful week. And remember, whenever you're doing crafts, from the simple to the heirloom crafts, you are making the world a more beautiful place. And for that, I thank you. And have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.